Alrighty, next game up here is Washington at the Packers, and this was a real close game, folks. Packers end up winning 24-10, but Washington was down, knocking on the door to score, but Taylor Heinicke letting us down big time multiple times. Easy run into the end zone, but kind of huddles and falls a little sideways, so they mark him a yard short, and that was on 4th down, so he comes up short, and then once again getting down into the red zone and not scoring. I mean, just look at all these drives that, second drive missed a field goal, missing a 42-yard field goal, a scoring chance there. Then on the following drive, turnover on downs, not getting it done at the Green Bay 27-yard line. Once again, another decision to potentially go for it, but you already just missed a field goal. You were tied 7-7 at that point, so multiple opportunities to score, and they keep on going. Then they fumble coming out of halftime, and then it's another turnover on downs, not getting it done at the Green Bay 1-yard line, and then another turnover on downs, not getting it done at the Green Bay 3-yard line, and this was on Taylor Heinicke of not getting it done running the ball and not getting it done passing the ball in the red zone. It's falling on Taylor Heinicke of the failures in the red zone, and obviously the kicker, that was nothing to do with Taylor Heinicke, but still, just nothing great here with this Washington team, and that's what made them good last season. The defense, obviously, first and foremost, but then the offense taking advantage and scoring when they needed to. This Washington team is not resembling anything that it was last year. And what was really the only main difference last year to this year? Well, we had Ron Rivera kind of going through the cancer treatments, and, we saw, everybody buying into that because the players were like, damn, this dude is going through, chemo and coming here to coach every single day and, here every day and motivating every single day. The players bought into that. Now, unfortunately, fortunately, I should say, Ron Rivera is out of cancer treatment, which is great, but maybe just doesn't have that extra edge. He was kind of forcing everybody to kind of get vaccinated. It was like, hey, I'm immunocompromised and y'all aren't going to get vaccinated. He was kind of vocal about that. So did he lose, a little, I don't want to put it this way, but did he lose a little respect in that regard? Did he just lose that little extra burst of, hey, getting it done and being physical in the red zone in tight situations? Because this is exactly what we saw, not getting it done in close situations. This was a close game, folks. And once again, this Packers team, they're 6-1, which is great. And we're going to talk about what Aaron Rodgers said after the game, and he puts it perfectly, which maybe we have to kind of start retooling our thinking of what overall this Packers team is. But once again, this Packers team not really blowing out teams. This is why we have them a little kind of lower in our power rankings, is because we just haven't seen that big burst win by this Packers team. We don't know if they have the ability to kind of just shut out a team and blow out a team in big fashion and score every single drive. We just saw the Bucks this week. We're going to talk about that game when we get to Chicago at Bucks. I mean, Bucks just laying it on thick, and the Patriots just laying it on thick. We haven't even seen the Packers just lay it on thick offensively this season. And we're already kind of starting to get towards kind of the middle of the season. This week 8 would be kind of, the midpoint of the season, but now we got an extra game, so call it, week 9, if you will. But either way, we'll see what the Packers are all about, but let's start finishing talking up this Washington football team. And then in the fourth quarter, they're down 24-7. They have an opportunity to try and get back in the game, and then we get the interception, and then Green Bay has a fumble, which once again kind of puts you in the game, but then they can only result into a field goal. So, and at that point, kind of game's over with only 5 minutes, down 14. So Washington had every opportunity to kind of win this game, and they blew it because Taylor Heinicke, who we thought it was a gamer, we saw him diving for the pylon against the Bucks in the wild card game last year in the playoffs, and now he's kind of cowarding on the goal line. We'll break him down in kind of our Wednesday film study a little bit, but man, oh man, Taylor Heinicke truly disappointing. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick, we think you should have started over Ryan Fitzpatrick, but Ryan Fitzpatrick would have dived for that end zone. And the worst thing about Taylor Heinicke kind of curling down at the 1-yard line and not reaching over for the pylon was that he wouldn't have even gotten touched. The defenders kind of gave up because they knew Taylor Heinicke was just going to walk in, but he just goes down for a bad mental mistake. Really, really inexcusable, unacceptable here by Taylor Heinicke. Big disappointing in him this week. I'm super disappointed in this man. So Taylor Heinicke goes 25 of 37. 67% completion percentage, 268 yards, 1 touchdown, the interception, not the greatest, but it came in kind of garbage time a little bit. So all that is a good stat line. It's a decent stat line by Taylor Heinicke, but his effort was not there. He was just not getting it done in the red zone. That's all it really came down to. Taylor Heineke ran 10 times for 95 yards. Antonio Gibson, 14 carries for 51 yards. DeAndre Carter got 1 touch for 27 yards as well. Taylor Heineke, who was he throwing to? Terry McLaurin, classic there. 7 catches for 122 yards, 1 touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, their great tight end, 6 catches for 51 yards. Adam Humphries, 3 catches, 36 yards. J.D. McKissick, 4 catches, 34 yards. And then Dax Mullane, 2 catches for 16 yards. So just overall, great job by the Packers defense of getting it done in the red zone. That's really what it came down to. Packers defense stepping up, Washington offense floundering big time. That's what it came down to, and the Packers are able to get the win. All right, Aaron Rodgers goes 27 of 35. Another solid game by Aaron Rodgers, like always. 27 of 35, 77% completion percentage, 234 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Very well done. Running game was really non-existent here for the Packers. Aaron Jones, 6 carries for only 19 yards. Aaron Rodgers ran it twice and had 17 yards. And then A.J. Dillon, 3 carries for 6 yards. So the running game was truly non-existent here for the Packers. And who was Aaron Rodgers throwing to? Well, we had Devontae Adams, 6 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown, doing Devontae Adams things out here. Robert Tonyan, 4 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. Alan Lazard, 5 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. Mercedes Lewis, 3 catches, 31 yards. Randall Cobb, 2 catches, 22 yards. Aaron Jones, 5 catches for 20 yards. So Aaron Rodgers spreading the ball all around, hitting 3 different targets for 3 different touchdowns. Fantastic. And they're able to get it done in the red zone and win the game because of that. So real bad performance offensively and disappointing in Taylor Heineke, folks. Got to be a baller, got to lay it all out on the line, got to dive for those end zones, and he just could not get it done. They lose 24-10. And then after the game, Aaron Rodgers puts it perfectly, folks. He calls it, hey, we're kind of a scrappy team, and that's what they are. They will claw, they will fight, they will win the close games, and that's the best thing we've seen about the Packers so far this season. They've won the close games. They've never blown out a team. So they were in a dogfight every single week against kind of the worser teams, against the Steelers, against Washington. They weren't blowing them out. They weren't kind of going into halftime like the Patriots were, like the Bucs were saying, hey, we won. Like the Titans were going up 27-0. They never go into halftime thinking, all right, we don't even need to show up anymore because we're up like 5 possessions here. They're not even going to get 5 chances offensively. So this Packers team, Aaron Rodgers kind of says once again the offense was a little disappointing, but we are kind of a scrappy team, and that sums it up perfectly right here. So when this Packers team is in a dogfight here, Week 17, Week 18, wild card game, division championships, I think they've been building the groundwork right here to get those wins. So this could be exactly what the Packers need to finally get back to the Super Bowl, getting down dirty, getting down to the nitty gritty, letting Aaron Rodgers just kind of fling it around and be the scorer when he needs to be in the clutch time. And just other than that, the defense keeping it close, the offense moving the ball decently throughout the game, putting up some decent points, but then just getting it done and winning out the game, closing it down, not getting scored on in the red zone, not allowing touchdowns in the red zone, I should say, and getting it done. So we'll see if this is it. Is this the first kind of gritty kind of is this the first kind of scrappy team Aaron Rodgers has been a part of? Is this what Aaron Rodgers has been missing the whole time, being scrappy out here? Scrappy-doo? We'll see. So they're 6-1. They play Thursday. We'll see if they are still scrappy on a short turnaround. We'll see how they go in that game. So Packers get the win 24-10.